In this video we'll be looking into how you can override the variables in those values using environment variables. So the way you can do that is there is a function in Viper called viper.autoenv. What it actually does is it checks if the environment variable is already exists with that name, and if it exists then it overrides it with that value. So if I export a environment with something called dev or prod and try to run my program again, it should be overridden to prod. And if I change it to stage, then it should be overridden to stage. Now this is straightforward, but if you want to override the port, how are you going to do it? You might think just doing the server dot port would work, and just exporting the value port equal to 9999 would work. Let's try to run the program and see if it works or not. As you can see, it didn't override our code, which can be verified by here. So what actually happened? The reason this happened was when Viper checks for the environment variable, while checking for this, it is looking for environment variable named server.port. But since we defined the port as like this, it couldn't find the environment variable called server.port, hence it didn't override. Now you might think, okay, I'll just create an environment variable of server.port called 9999 and run it. But yeah, bash or shell doesn't allow you to create environment variable in dot format. The only format it allows is dash, like this. Yeah, like this. So let's first set the environment variable in dash format, which bash allows, and verify. Yeah, we verified it, right? Now what we need to tell is we need to tell Viper to replace the dot with a dash. As we know, when Viper checks for the environment variable for port, it is looking for this. Now we need to override the dot with dash, or change it. The way you can do that is after you check for automatic environment, you called set in key replacer. So what it does is it replaces the dot with a dash. Dash. This is not a quote, it is a backtick. So what we are saying is, once a Viper tries to look for all of these values in the environment variable, for this it will check for environment in uppercase. For host, it will check for server.host in uppercase. For port, it will check for server.port in uppercase. But since bash doesn't allow you to create environment variable using dot, we override all these values to underscore. Now what would happen is Viper would check for environment variable called server_host for this one, and server_port for the port. So let's create environment. We already created this environment variable, and let's try to run our code and see if it has been overridden or not. As we saw, the port has been overridden. Now again, if I export call server.host is equal to 127.0.0.1 and run the code again. Sorry, I need to change it to the host. Now the host should be changed from localhost to 127.0.0.1. So yeah, this is how you override configuration files using environment variables. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.